Let's unbox our new Starlink Mini. Hi folks, I'm Roger from Offgrid, and in this brief episode we're going to unbox our new Starlink Mini. And it's a bit of a nostalgic trip for us because this is the old Gen 2 dish that we had to go to Australia. If you've seen that episode, it's somewhere in our list of many videos that we've done. And just to recap, Nigel and I had the opportunity of a lifetime to go to Australia, but the only way that we could really go on such a trip was to take something that would connect us to the internet. And so we decided that we would take our V2 dishy, as some people call it, and Frankenstein it. So this is the Frankenstein dish. So we took off the base with the mounting and cut all that away, removed the actual dish from its housing completely. On this we unsoldered two parts and then soldered new parts on there, and so now we have this dish that we put in 12 volts over here to run it, and here's a network connection. So this worked really well. We took this little bag with us which has, as you can see, I think a 10 meter long power cable and a 10 meter long Ethernet cable, and then the router itself and the things that connect to batteries, etc. So took all of this with us. Believe it or not, this all went into my hand luggage, and yeah, we got through all of the difficult stuff with customs and screening and all those machines and that. We wondered if they would stop and want to take this out and make us open. So as you can see, it's all taped together, so it could be taken apart. But now I'm going to do a permanent fix and put this on top of my motorhome. Anyway, this video is not about that. I just thought I'd keep this as a comparison, because here we have brand new in its box, unsealed, unopened, well, sealed and unopened, a Starlink Mini. So let's start by pulling this. There we have that open. Of all of these, you've got to figure out exactly. There's some more of these to pull there and here. There we have it. Ooh, nice and small. So this is now the Starlink Mini. As you can see, it's pretty tiny. I would have loved to have had this in my hand luggage instead of this great big thing. It's much lighter, really easy to travel with. This one, as great as it was right in the outback in Australia, we were in the Northern Territory, a long way from any form of civilization at one stage, and this was really great. But this would be quite incredible. Look how small, neat it is. Such a tiny little device. Obviously it comes with the dish. It comes with this cable which is actually pretty light. You can see it's just a power cable, so it's just providing you power to the dish, and everything is built into the dish that you need. Normally the Starlink system has a separate wireless router and it sends 48 volts down the wire into there. This one here, they've gone for a very, very simple approach there, and this would be the power adapter. So this is what sends the wire down, the power down this wire to power the dish. Really, really simple. This is not absolutely necessary for what we would have done with the traveling. So actually we would have been able to take just this, and maybe not even this, something separate for Australia, but this and something to power it with, and that would have done the trick for us entirely. So quite incredible how they've miniaturized this, and apparently you can use this on top of the vehicle while you're driving. The challenge Nigel will have in the next few days, because he's going to need this in the next few weeks when he goes on holiday with his family. The challenge he will have is, how does he mount this on top of the motorhome so that it's not going to get blown off and not get damaged, and be really easy with the flick of a switch to turn on and use. So I'm sure he's I've got some plans. I know that he's already got some sort of housing that this will mount onto. And then how does he, if he needs to travel, how does he actually take it off relatively easily, take this away with him in his luggage again, be connected all the time, and then come back and put it back onto his motorhome. So he's going to want to have it all. He's going to want to have the ease of just flicking a switch and it all comes on, but having the ability to take it off and take it with him. I'm sure that he'll come up with something really nice. I quite like the fact that this is such a lightweight cable, such a simple approach, whereas we've had to do all of this kludgy stuff, all these cables and things to get this going. I will of course be mounting this permanently on my roof now, so I'll run a normal round Ethernet cable that I can put through a seal and supply the 12 volts. So I'll still use these, I think these are SAE adapters, still use that as it is. And that should just work fine. Just tie everything up, make sure it's totally sealed and waterproof, and that'll sort me out nicely. So let's do a deep dive into the actual power requirements and the power system of this. You can see on this one here, on this power adapter, which has a plug at the bottom, or a socket at the bottom that is fully waterproof, IP66 I believe. The input is as expected between 100 and 240 volts, so you can use this as it is in the US or Europe or the UK. And the output in this particular case is 30 volts running at 2 amps, IP66 as I mentioned. So fairly small. I mean, it's surprisingly heavy for its weight, but it's obviously got some decent quality stuff in there. It seems that anything that's decent quality is heavier these days. So that's it, 30 volts. I need to hold this dish up so we can catch the light, because this is quite difficult to actually read. Put this down and then try and focus on it here. There we are. So this, the input is 12 to 48 volts, so quite a range, going up to 5 amps or 60 watts, and it's IP67. And yeah, so quite a variable input. So you can, and the this little thing over here is where you'd plug the other end of the cable into. So quite versatile in terms of power requirements. You can either run it off that very efficiently, or run it from the directly from the battery. I guess it's going to be interesting to see how that all works. If I look at the close-up of this cable, I don't know what length the cable is exactly, but basically it's got hidden over here. You can see it's got these plugs that have these little rubber shrouds or gaskets to seal it off, and there are 2 of them. There's the other one there behind the packaging, and I'm guessing that this is about 15-ish meters. I'm sure that it doesn't actually, on the package, it doesn't actually say anything about the length. And I think the 2 ends are identical. So a very simple cable. And I'm guessing if you're going to mount this on your motorhome and provide it with 12 volts, that they're probably already aftermarket kits like this. And if you're going to use this cable, I'd suspect that you'd get a reasonable amount of voltage drop over 12 volts. And you might want to bump that up. So maybe to power this from your motorhome 12-volt battery, you're going to need some sort of an adapter. I'm guessing maybe a 12 to 24-volt adapter, so you don't get the voltage drop down there. We'll see. We'll do some research and decide exactly what it is that we're going to do. So hopefully you've enjoyed this very simple unboxing of this device. When he actually mounts it, I'm sure that we'll do a video of that and show you exactly what this thing looks like when it's mounted. So hopefully you found this useful or entertaining, and we'll wait for the next episode where Nigel actually mounts this on top of his motorhome and shows it to you working. Hopefully while he's driving. That would be the extra bonus. So see you in the next episode.